The Versus series of Marvel and Street Fighter related characters are now considered an official series from Marvel vs Capcom, as this was the first game that started the lore relating to the different characters being associated with one another, on the resulting confrontations with one another as well. But the speculative scenario is this: were the original Versus games official canon? Capcom was very strong with Street Fighter installments throughout the 1990s, and the franchise was both popular in Japan and the United States of America. When X-Men Children of the Atom was released in 1994, it was developed in association with Capcom, with details of Kuma being a secret character depicted in the game to have a reference to the Street Fighter series. X-Men was also highly popular in the United States because of the animated series of the time, bringing national and international attention to the cast of characters, as gamers of the time considered a crossover fighting game that depicted characters from both the X-Men roster and Street Fighter roster to form teams and fight each other. From the success of the initial two games was Marvel vs Capcom, which officially started the Versus series. The games from Marvel vs Capcom later had their own semi-official continuity within the installments, and are partly official from Marvel and Capcom, with events occurring in the said games to be referred to in certain forms of differentiating media. When the games were originally released, statements from Marvel and Capcom had the games not to be in any official continuity, with varying forms of media or lore to be non-canonical to either company. The games were considered to be one-shot forms of media to capitalize on the popularity of the affiliated characters from the early and mid-1990s. In both games, the endings for the different characters when completing the arcade modes were never referred to outside the particular game themselves, but just for a scope of what-if scenario-based media.